Individuals are influenced by a number of behavioural biases which stop them from making perfect decisions. One of these is known as anchoring. This is where people put too much emphasis on one piece of information. We often value the first piece of information we receive too highly. For example, we may naturally think of the first price we see for a product as the standard or average price. We then base our views of all other prices we see off this anchored value, even if it was actually very low or very high. Another bias is availability bias. This is where we make judgments on the probability of future events occurring based on how easy it is to remember that event occurring in the past. For example, right after an earthquake, people may overestimate the probability of another earthquake occurring in the next year. Earthquakes, floods, and volcanic eruptions may seem more frequent than they actually are, because they are very memorable events. Investors may suffer from loss aversion. This is where we view losing money much more negatively than gaining the equivalent amount of money. This makes people less likely to take risks, even if these risks have huge upside potential. Similar to this is the ambiguity effect. This is where people are more likely to avoid decisions where there's an uncertain outcome. An example of this is how we look at product reviews while we're online shopping. We may choose a product that's only rated 3 out of 5 stars instead of a product with no ratings, because at least we have some idea of how good this product is. We may view an average option as better than the ambiguous option, which could either be great or terrible. Another bias is using rules of thumb. This means people will use a rough guide to make decisions rather than properly weighing up their options. For example, if a consumer is offered 3 options for a drink of small, medium, or large, they will often choose medium because this is seen as the standard choice. We don't tend to properly analyse the exact number of millilitres in this drink and make a properly informed decision. Instead, we use the guidance given to us by the person selling the product, which means our biases can be manipulated. People may also be influenced by social norms. We will often copy what other people do, even if this isn't actually a good decision. For example, if your group of friends goes out to a bar instead of studying for a test, you may be influenced to do the same. We also suffer from habitual behaviour. Humans are creatures of habit, so we often repeat the same daily routine over and over. We may buy our food at the same shop week after week, even if a new cheaper shop opens up down the road. There are loads more of these behavioural biases, and the best way to overcome them is to be aware of them. So check out this video outlining 6 reasons why consumers aren't rational. Also, drop a like and subscribe to add some Econ to your subscription feed.